Behind 41 big points from Zach LaVine, the Bulls pull out the victory 117-115 over the pesky Pistons. Welcome into the Winners Lounge, CHGO Bulls Podcast. Thank y'all for joining us on behalf of DraftKings. I'm about to say Bad Kings. DraftKings, where you can put in the promo code CHGO and get yourself some free bets and some free moolah. I am Big Dave. Follow me at Bow Sports on Twitter. That adult over there is Will the Goat Gottlieb. Follow him at Will_Gottlieb. He's an adult. And behind on the 1 and 2 is DJ Joey Spathis. Follow him at Joey Spathis. The quest to 1K is still in effect. We still believe in you, Joey. You will get back
to that quest to 900.
Technically, yes.
Technically, yes, he does. But we still believe, man. 117-115, as I mentioned, is the final score of the Bulls beating the Pistons. But before we even get into any of that, big shout out to everyone who came out tonight to the watch party at PB&J. That was an amazing night just to see these cool fans that actually enjoy what we do here and sit and they watch us and they showered us with all kinds of love and affection and kindness, and it was just really cool. I signed an autograph when I walked in.
Autographs.
That was wild to me. Shout out to Manuel and Pete.
Manuel
and Pete. They said they're the number one fans of this. We do here, so shout out to them.
You can clearly put them at number one.
I'll talk more about it later because it was incredible.
Okay,
it really was that was really cool for me. It was and I'll talk in the diehard read sneak peek, but it was really awesome. So shout out to everybody who showed up, and it was just a really cool part of CHGO and kind of what makes us different, and just a reminder about some of the cool stuff.
Yeah, it was just really cool. Just so many people who, first of all, knew us and liked what we do. That was wild in itself. I'm sure you felt the same way. And secondly, just the amount of people who we met. Shout out to my man L, my man Big L, the big brother, man, my brother in big. Much love for you, sir. Anytime you see another big brother with a beard, you got to greet him right. You know what I'm saying? You got to show him that love, Will. You can't understand that.
The dangly earring.
I'm not that cool. See, that's the thing with brothers in big. We don't all have to look the same. Everybody got their own little trinkets on it. Of course, that's his thing. And it looked very cool on him with the smooth leather.
Pull that off.
Yes, you could pull that off. You look like a cool George Michael. You can pull that off very well, sir. I believe in you. Shout out, man. But everything was great. You know what I'm saying? Met Lady Goat tonight. That was awesome. She's incredible. She is as awesome as I thought she would be.
Thank you.
That was really cool, man. But yeah, Joey's parents was in effect. You know what I'm saying? Met Mama Spathis. That was awesome. Everything was just great, man. Took a bunch of pictures. Tim Sinclair, Bulls announcer, showed up. You know what I mean? Came through. I hit him up. I hit him up in the DM, man, and I was like, "Hey, man, you know what I mean? You want to come through? Come through."
That's a flex.
And okay, that's a flex. He's right.
He's
like, "You want to come through? Come through."
That's a flex.
He came through and showed love, man, and it was just cool, man. Marcos, shout out to Marcos too.
There were all these people that were obviously like-minded Bulls fans, and then they're fans of our show. They watch us, and then they got to hang out and meet and talk Bulls. So it was just it was awesome.
Yeah, it was, man.
Just the community's coming together.
What was the wildest part for you? Was there a part that was just really wild?
Signing an autograph.
Signing an autograph.
That was something I had never done before.
Yo, look at this here. Now, y'all don't see this right here, but this man, who I call Coach, Jake Flanagan, who runs things around here, went to the store because somebody in this office stole my Diet Coke. And I wasn't happy about it. And he right. Our show was about to send something out in the hangout. He was absolutely right about replacing my Diet Coke.
Tap water.
But he went and got me 3 of these things with some of the fancy Fiji water with that.
Thank you, sir.
And he even got me a Rice Krispie treat, which I'm not going to eat because, as you know, I'm not eating no sugar. But It's awesome stuff right here. This is really cool, man. But
all right,
yes,
time out.
Joey wants to pause the show.
Time out here. So
he wants to say some things.
We got
man.
Pete Cano here. He is.
That's Manuel and
That's
Pete, baby.
Manuel's brother. Look who's in the profile picture.
Don't make me.
Look closely.
I can't see
I
that
think
far.
you might recognize him.
Is that you?
I can't either.
That's me, baby.
I can't
the
either.
selfie tonight. PB&J already been uploaded. Shout out. I can't even wait to the Die Hard read.
Couldn't even wait.
Shout out to Pete and Manuel. I mean, they're two absolute legends. It was
Absolutely.
really awesome to meet you guys.
It really was.
It was really awesome to hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
Just really cool to put names, to put faces to the names.
Yeah.
And I can't even tell you how much we appreciate it, but
Yeah.
this is the new prime achievement of my lifetime.
Shout out to my man Mike with all the tattoos. Shout out to him and his lady, man. I suck at names, so the
Shout
fact
out
that
to
I'm remembering
Bruce,
these names
Joey
is awesome.
Sneakerhead.
Yeah. Shout out to him. Shout out to my man with the Derrick Rose jersey, with the Derrick Rose Simeon jersey,
Yeah,
man.
that was nice.
He's an awesome dude. Shout out to him and his fiance. Once again, congratulations to y'all, man. That was an awesome human being right there as well, man. Shout out to people who brought their dogs out and everything like that.
It was doggy date night.
It was doggy date night, yes.
It was, legitimately.
Fly the Dove says, which one are you, Joey?
I'm in the back.
He's in the back.
With I was going to say with the hat. All of us have hats on. I'm in the back.
I think that just goes to show that you're not on camera enough.
No, he laughing after that.
Well, I mean,
he knew it. He got it.
the people that were able to recognize
He understood.
me.
He understands. They know who Spathis is.
Spathis, that's a new one.
You know what I'm saying?
Audio recognition.
Spathis. Chatty Spat. That's
Joey
how you roll.
Bordeaux.
But it was fun, man. It was just a lot of fun sitting there. My man Isaac too. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna forget more people, and I apologize. But yeah, thank y'all for coming out. I can't wait to do this again. Next time Matt will be in the building, man. He was a little under the weather, so show him some love as well, man, because he definitely wanted to be there for this. But just thank y'all. Like, that's really just grateful. Like, really am, man. Just really grateful that you all like what we do and enjoy what we do and can see how genuine it is, you know what I mean, about what we do. So I really love it. I'm glad y'all love it too, man.
Shout out Marcos.
Continue doing it, man.
And
in the
I don't
comments.
Oh, y'all shout him out, Marcos. Yeah,
I just saw him in the comments, so another shout out.
I don't want to steal more of Joey's thunder here, but we're coming up on a year birthday.
Mm-hmm.
March 4th is our anniversary.
Shout out.
And just to see how far we've come since then, to have these events where people come and hang out with us and know who we are and watch our show, that is just so wild to me. So
yeah,
you guys are the best. We appreciate it more than you could possibly know. And can't wait for the next one.
Can't wait for the next one, man.
It's coming.
We miss him too, Braden. We miss Matt tonight too, man. He will be there. He's okay, Noah. He's fine, man. You know, just a little under the weather, but he's fine. I talked to him, sent him a text message. He's doing cool. He's just recuperating, getting to get together, and we'll see if he's ready to go next game, man. But let's talk about this game for 1 second. Can we? 117-115. Not the final score we thought it was going to be, or maybe we did. Maybe we did think that was the final score it was going to be. But they walked away with a victory. And, Will, you stated earlier, every game is a must-win kind of game for them right now for the Bulls. There was no way they could come out of this with a loss. I didn't care how it looked. You cannot, for one, you're trying to make the playoffs, and for two, I know who you're playing next. So there's no way you can come out of this with an L, and they didn't. They stumbled at the end, but they didn't crack, and I appreciate that. We've seen them crack before in the end against bum teams, and I thought that was going to happen again. Didn't go down that way, and Zach LaVine was a huge reason why.
41 points?
Mm-hmm.
He was in, as you like to say, attackery mode.
Attackery.
And
of Zachary.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It was very difficult to like watch this game closely with all of the people and just hanging out and watching, and
he's too famous,
and just like talking with people. Like, it's more fun to talk with people than watch a game that the Bulls should have won by the 21 points that they led by with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. But yeah, from what we saw from Zach, I mean, 14 of 20 from the field, 6 of 9 on threes. Like, finally, I think getting that 3-level scoring explosion back. The last few games, it's been a little weird. He had like 3 threes only. Couldn't really get into a rhythm against the Raptors last night. So for him to go off like that, I mean, the Bulls finally had a good offensive scoring night.
Yeah.
They had, 98 last night against the Raptors?
Yes.
So they kind of went off. DeMar had 21. 21. And Kobe chipped in. He had a great start to the second quarter. But yeah, I mean, Zach really carried the load. 41 points.
Yeah, man. And I mean, 41 was a plus 6 in there. Only 2 turnovers. But my favorite stat, my favorite one of all of this,
0 assists.
0 assist, Will. 0 assist. That is amazing. 41 points and no passing. I want the damn ball.
That is exactly what Patrick Beverley was hoping for when he said, I'm here to tell Zach LaVine not to pass the ball.
And he heard him loud and clear.
Loud and clear.
And honestly, I wanted Zach to have the ball more in that fourth quarter. I thought he should have got more touches in that fourth quarter. I get, DeMar is being DeMar. I get that. But it felt like this was Zach's night tonight, though, Will.
And in part, I think you can credit the Pistons for really denying Zach the ball and just forcing him out to like half court before he could even touch the ball. But yeah, I mean, the Bulls had to find a way. DeMar, 21 points, 7 of 16 from the field. But Zach, I mean, when you have it going like that, you got to lean into it. And this feels like another one of those games where we had earlier in the season where it was like, well, why is DeMar getting the last shots and not Zach? And it's going to go back and forth like that because there's always going to be a reason to complain.
Just jump in quickly because we got a super chat here from Noah. He says, DeMar won't let Zach cook alone. He should have had 71. So just because it goes on exactly what you're talking about. That's, a feeling.
I also think it's what Will said as well. Like, you got to credit the defense. They definitely were denying him the basketball. But at the same time, when DeMar would get it, he would get it. It didn't matter. And that's kind of what I want from Zach is it doesn't matter if you're putting 4 people on DeMar. He's getting the basketball. He's going to find a way to get the basketball in his hands some kind of way. And Zach, and credit to him, he was still being a team player because there was several of those times, Will, where he didn't get it. He would go set the screen for DeMar. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, fine, do this and, run the play. But I wanted him to be a little more selfish, in that fourth quarter of getting the basketball. And maybe there should have been more plays and more picks and things, ran for him, sure. But I wanted him more demanding of it. Like, nope, give me the ball. It's my night. And that's something I'm sure that can come, later on and things like it's not a big, heavy thing or anything like that. It's just something I wanted to see tonight because he just truly had it going.
Yeah, and that I think is a problem that you run into when you have 2 score-first guys out there. There's going to be moments, and this is not to say that there's like beef between those guys or they can't coexist or whatever, but this is what happens when 2 guys want the ball and they want to score. Like, only one of them has the opportunity at any given point. There were situations, and I've noticed this a little bit more lately, where DeMar would get the ball at the elbow and Zach would be spacing out at the wing, and he just kind of knew he wasn't getting the ball, and he would kind of slouch over.
Right.
I've seen a little bit too much of that lately. Like, those guys need to make life easier on each other because I think what we're seeing right now is kind of like, give me the ball and get out of my way.
Yeah.
And I think the best version of the Bulls is when those 2 guys are playing off of one another. What you mentioned, Zach setting screens and slipping out of them to go pick and pop. Just getting in some off-ball actions where he's actually running off of screens and creating some chaos to where the defense has to make decisions. Like, that's where you're going to get the best out of both of those guys. And I think what we saw tonight a little bit in the fourth quarter was just too much of like my turn, your turn. And I think that's where the Bulls really bogged down. I mean, they at one point were down 4-13 to start the fourth quarter.
Yes,
they finished 16 points in the fourth quarter.
Sure did.
Like, if you're stagnant, if you're not sharing the ball, if you're not playing with a purpose, if you're not setting hard screens and taking making your moves and playing with action, that's what's going to happen. You're going to get bogged down.
Yeah, and you definitely saw it, man. But they still were able to get that win and get out the victory. Another reason I got to credit, and shout out to Love Dave. I forgot Love Dave. Shout out to Love Dave. He was
Love Dave, well. Legend.
Shout
and
out
also
to
Beat Daddy Fish, certified legend.
My man Fish, dog. Hit him up too. Was like, come through. He came through, man. So, yeah, man. Shout out to him, bro. But, yeah, man. Another thing, thanks to the Pistons for being the Pistons, because in that fourth quarter, that huge 5-second play when he calls timeout, pulls to Chris Webber, calls the timeout, man. That honestly was the game after that because that momentum had swung their way. You can tell, and playing them, you can see the bad team vibe of them because you're that close to getting it and you just can't get over that hump. We lived that, you know what I'm saying, for years. I know what that is and what that feels like and what they're going through. And making a play like that, I'm like, I've seen that before. I know what that is. So, but I don't want to take nothing from them because they did a great job coming back. Bogdanovic, man, was just a monster, Will. Monster. He was
so
disgusting.
Freaking good.
Yeah.
8 of 12 on threes, 34 points.
Scary.
But yeah, I mean that Jaden Ivey inbounds play obviously defined the game. I mean, they had an opportunity to tie with, I think, 9 seconds left. Sideline out of bounds. Dwayne Casey draws up a play after a timeout, and Jaden Ivey's got the count going, and he's looking for his first option. He doesn't see Bogdanovic, so he calls a timeout. They don't have any more timeouts.
Right.
Technical foul.
Yep.
Bulls free throw and the ball. Zach hits it, and then I believe they got fouled, and DeMar made one of them.
He made both.
He made both?
He made both.
And that really ended it. But this, and we can spend more time on this if you want, but like, to me, this is a game where, yes, a win is a win, but like, similar to the Magic game a couple weeks ago where they were up 25 in the fourth quarter and the Magic cut it down to 5. This was like a game that the Bulls didn't throw away.
Yes.
Like, they almost threw it away. They tried to throw it away.
They
they got really close
Yeah.
to succeeding in trying to throw it away,
Fact.
but they failed in throwing it away.
Yes.
And I'm not sure, like, yes, all these wins matter. They all count. But, like, I was telling Joey this when we were walking over here. Like, for the people that were, well, the Bulls should have had those 2 Cavs wins because the bad calls that didn't go their way in the fourth quarter. Like, this game and the Magic game, cancel those out. It's even now. So that was a bad win.
No, see, for me, bad wins are that Washington win they had earlier in the season. Like, for me, that was a bad win. Like, I felt terrible. You know what I'm saying? After that, this, maybe I don't feel that way because we're so close to the end of the season, and I just know how important these wins are for this team. And you just cannot go into Friday with a L like this, man, after the way they played. And again, the Bulls started off strong. You saw it actually all 3 quarters. You know what I mean? They were very, very strong.
They were up 21 points with 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Come on, man. Like, that's supposed to do it. You know what I mean? But again, that's the third quarter, and there's always a window in the NBA that you can, find a way to get back into the game. And credit to Detroit. I mean, they found a way to get back in,
and they
man.
got all the way back in. It wasn't like the Bulls, they cut the lead from 21 to 3.
Right.
Like, they tied up the game.
They did.
They blew that entire 21-point lead.
They did.
I'm saying 21 as much as I possibly can.
Please do. 21.
21.
And it would have been, I believe, if they blew that one, their 4th 20-point blown game this season. So, again, just very happy they didn't do that. They walked away with a victory because the way they played, that team deserved a victory in this game, man. So I'm just happy about that. Yeah, I'm excited. So we're going to take this break. And when we come back, I want to talk about Patrick Beverley, and I want to talk about Nikola Vucevic and Kobe White. I want to get into those guys and, their roles in the games because, Will, you were telling me a lot of people had some thoughts.
People have thoughts.
Have thoughts about young Vuce, man. Make sure you're hitting that like. Hit them likes. Get that likes and get them up. Hit that thumbs up, man. Put that thumb in the air and wave it like you just don't care. Click it because we're going to need that, man. But before we go any further, of course, my favorite thing to talk about, even though I'm silly, even though I'm awesome, and I'm incredibly handsome, I like saving money on energy. It's what I do. I love it.
Did you just throw in I'm incredibly handsome in there? And
I tossed that. Yeah.
Tried to smooth over it?
No, I'll never smooth over it. I'm incredibly handsome. What? You want me to trumpet it? Absolutely.
Trumpet.
I am the man. Listen, dig all this. Take all this greatness in, won't you?
Slay.
That boy bad right there. That's all I know. That's a bad man right there. It's a bad man, Joey Spathis. The ComEd Energy Efficiency Program is committed to helping families and businesses in the communities we serve manage energy usage and lower energy bills now and into the future. ComEd offers a wide array of incentives on lighting and other efficiency upgrades to commercial, industrial, and public sector customers of all sizes across our territory. Customers can inquire about how to upgrade outdated lighting to energy and money-saving efficient LED lights. Learn more about network lighting to operate your lights through your mobile device and track your facility's energy usage and much, much more. Incentives have recently, guess what, increased for indoor and outdoor lighting and network lighting controls, making these projects even more cost-efficient than when ever before. So, visit ComEd.com/powering biz, B-I-Z, now and start saving money and energy. To start a project, contact us at 1-855-433-2700. For more information, email businessee@comed.com or public sector ee@comed.com. Since we were just talking about it, I might as well get into it. It's called the King of the Game. Joey, you ain't got him. He ain't even prepared for it. Ain't ready.
Roll the king of the game to the second segment.
He wasn't kidding. Oh, Joey's Spathis. Yeah, walk that off. He got to walk that off. Got to walk that off, man. Brother got to walk that one off. He got to multitask, man. He got to do it, man. DJ Joey unprepared. We'll come back to King of the Game for y'all. But in the meantime, man, I want to first talk about, before I get into Vuce, I want to talk about Patrick Beverley. Probably, obviously, his best game since he's been here. Put up tonight 5 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 4 steals, and a block. Just an awesome game, plus 16 also. And he did that in 33 minutes, the most minutes he's played since he's been here. And he honestly was in that mode very, very early on in this game.
I mean, that was just a great performance all around, but this was like the true Patrick Beverley experience, I thought. I think, obviously the playmaking was great, the rebounding. Like, the Bulls really struggled last night to get any defensive rebounds. The Pistons have a really long and tall lineup as well, so it was really important that he got in there. Vuce got 9 boards. DeMar, after getting, I think, 0 boards last night, ended up with 7. So that was like a full team effort, and that's kind of where they have to be, especially when Zach and Caruso each get 1.
Right.
But yeah, Pat was great. I thought he set the tone. I thought he defended well at the point of attack.
Yeah.
Man, 4 steals and 10 assists. That's awesome point guardsmanship.
Yes, you better say that. That's 2 games in a row he has dropped.
That's
that.
awesome.
And I'm very happy about that. Yeah, I just like, again, the intensity of him. You just love it so much. And obviously, I'm always looking at the little stuff and the little tiny things that happen. And Kobe White, hits his 3. They call the timeout 3. First person out there to give him the big old hug.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Patrick Beverley.
That was a big wholesome moment.
Yes, it was.
I was watching some clip of Pat Bev pod, and he was saying at one point that he just went up to Kobe and he was like, "I love your game, man. I love your game. Keep doing what you're doing."
Yeah,
and
man.
That's the thing. Like, he's just all about giving confidence to young guys. He said that in his first media availability that I was at. It's like, you just got to give them confidence.
Yeah.
And that was, Kobe came out firing in the second quarter, and Pat was like, yeah, the first one out there. That was awesome.
Yeah, and I love it because Pat Bev, when he wants to talk to you, he's going to hold you. You know what I mean? Like, there's no just walking by you and I'm walking with you. No. We're going to have this conversation right at center court. He did that to Kobe, man. He's done that to a lot of young guys. But I just love to see that kind of stuff just rubbing off. You know what I mean? Because like you said, a lot of these young guys needed a Patrick Beverley. You needed a guy to give you that kind of confidence. It's not just the discipline. You know what I'm saying? It's the encouragement on top of that some of these young guys need. Guys like Patrick Williams, who I think benefits from stuff like that. And, of course, any young guy. I know Ayo, I'm not saying Ayo necessarily needs it because Ayo is a very strong-minded person. He's ready to go, but it's always good to hear the outfit you got on looks nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless if you already know it looks nice, it's nice to hear it as well, man. So,
and there's, I think, also a difference. Like, DeMar had that line earlier this year where, I'm going to cuss Patrick out if he doesn't shoot.
He did.
But that's like negative reinforcement. Like, I think it's good to have positive reinforcement from a guy like Pat Beverley, who has the reputation of being kind of like a feisty dude. But yeah, to get that sort of positivity, I think that really helps some of the younger guys on the team.
Yeah, I agree.
Also might help Nikola Vucevic.
Might help Nikola Vucevic. Oh my goodness, let's get to him, man. So 35 minutes for Nikola, 12 points, 9 rebounds, which is weird. I'm just used to seeing him get double-double.
13.
Yeah, I'm just used to it by now. 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Not a great shooting night. 5 of 15 and did not hit a 3. Was 0 for 5. Just
and there was a
tough
play late
night
in the game where he had gotten a kick-out pass and he was wide open and he just went straight into a dribble handoff instead of shooting it.
I remember.
You could just tell this. It's not his night. Sometimes that happens, but man, they needed that boost of offense there, and he's been so good, especially fourth quarter shooting. And I feel like that was part of the reason why the game got so close.
Yeah, because even those little turnarounds and baby hooks and up and unders he was getting were just going rimming in and out. The one where he just kind of stuck it under the arm, it kind of flipped it in and out. Like everything just would not stay down, man. And a guy like him, just from what I've seen him being here, when he has those kinds of nights, he wears it. Very, very hard. You know what I mean? He wears it and he thinks about it and he deals with it because he does not like playing like that. It seems like he's like, okay, a loss might happen, dude, but it ain't going to be because I ain't put forth the best effort I could. You know what I mean?
And I don't want to get too derailed here, but again, I think this is a problem with the offensive fit between him, DeMar, and Zach, which is Vooch, I think, needs to get himself going. It's kind of a cliche, but you got to get the big man a shot on the block to start each game, you know? He needs to start, the source of his offense needs to come from there, because if he's not making his shots later in the game, he doesn't have confidence with it. Yeah. That makes sense. But when DeMar is operating at the elbow or at the free throw line for all the possessions late game, because that's the best chance you have to score, which it is, Vooch can't be at the block waiting for a pass, because now there's 4 or 5 bodies in the paint, and DeMar can't get to his spot. So Vooch has to go out to the perimeter. But if he's not confident at that point in the game, he's going to pass up shots.
Talk to me about the one play where Patrick Beverley is defending top of the key. His man gets around him, and he scores, and he immediately turns to Vooch, and Vooch kind of was like, what the hell are you turning to me for? You know what I'm saying? And I've seen Vooch mad. I just haven't seen him, you know what I'm saying, that demonstrative when he's angry, and he definitely was that with Patrick Beverley.
He's got some sass.
He's got a little sass.
Just a little bit of sass.
He's got a little fire in his belly.
It's not just mad. He's like, what? You're looking like he's got a little teenager what? You're like defensiveness.
The hell you looking at me? Like that's what that
Shut
was.
Shut up, Mom. Yeah, exactly. Leave me alone.
I need my pizza rolls. But he was upset, man. And if you could tell me what was it about that play that he saw and that Patrick Beverley saw differently?
So basically what happened was Vooch is on the weak side block, and his man goes to set a screen, I think corner or wing, and he kind of goes with his man towards that wing area. And at that very moment, Jaden Ivey, guarded by Patrick Beverley, just takes off for the basket and gets a wide open runway. Pat Bev got beat, which happens. That's been known to happen in the NBA because of how talented offensive players are. Yeah. But Vooch wasn't in position to step up and try to deter the shot because he was already drifting over to follow his man. Yes. So Pat said, Vooch, there's a lane. You got to be there. Yes. And Vooch said, don't talk to me. I'm going over here to guard my guy. And they just kind of got into it. And I posted the video of it on Twitter. But, like you said, we don't see that a lot from Vooch. I feel like I have seen it from him, but it's directed at the refs. Like he had the middle finger flip off to the refs. Like he's gotten pissed with the refs before when he doesn't get a call that he thinks he should get. But I haven't really seen it towards a teammate, let alone another player. So that was interesting. And people are really siding with Patrick Beverley, at least in my Twitter mentions right now, calling Vooch out, saying thank you to Pat Bev for holding him accountable. I thought Vooch was probably at fault. Whether or not you were in position to make the play or step over or see the read, whatever it was, you don't necessarily have to react that way unless, we don't know what Pat Bev said to him. But kind of weird that it would get so heated. And obviously in an intense moment of what was becoming a really close game. Yeah, yeah. I actually liked it because it showed me, again, effort and that you care, And Caresmanship?
It showed me that, you know what I mean?
Off for the night.
Oh no, please stay. You got more in you, I promise you. But it just showed me that, the fact that that Pat Bev would be willing to turn around and yell at you like that, but for Vooch to give it right back to him, you know what I mean? Like that, oh, okay, these dudes kind of care, you know what I'm saying, about what's happening out here on the floor. They're not trying to win, because I like Patrick Beverley's response after that. You saw him all right, you know what I mean? Let's get it together. And knowing Pat Bev, that's going to be discussed again. You know what I mean? In the locker room. You know what I mean? They're going to have a discussion about that. And hopefully they come out better and more bonded because of that kind of thing like that. But honestly, I like that stuff, man. Holding people accountable and calling them out and letting them know. You know what I mean? Because I don't think Pat Bev would have done the young guy like that. You know what I mean? Like you just said, he's about encouragement on the young guy. He would have talked to him for sure. But Vooch is a vet. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? What you doing? You know what I mean? Handle your business. So
he's an all-star.
I liked it.
And I think it's interesting, too, because, you hear about teams like the Bulls in the 90s with, Jordan punching Kerr in the face.
Yes.
Or
allegedly.
The Warriors dynasty and Kevin Durant and Draymond and all these guys just not meshing at all in the locker room.
Right.
And then you have stories about teams like the Bulls where we haven't heard. I mean, I guess we had that one thing after the Minnesota 150 debacle.
Right.
Where they had a team meeting, whatever that is.
Oh, Lord.
But you don't hear a lot about them holding each other accountable or being fiery about that sort of thing.
Right.
I think that's part of the reason why you bring Patrick Beverley in there, not only to just hold people accountable, but to hold the stars accountable.
Yeah.
Specifically those three, because Billy's the player's coach. He's coaching to cater to their playing style. And I think they need somebody to balance them out in that way. And to get to what you were talking about in terms of coming out the other side of it, we'll see. I mean, that's interesting. We haven't experienced this with this group before.
Yeah.
Because they just I don't know if it's swallowing it and just
right.
not addressing the issue later or whatever. I don't think that's going to fly with Pat Bev. I think they're going to be talking about it. Something will come of it, and whether it's good or bad, who knows? But I think this is something that the Bulls have really needed, which is somebody to address the things that are hard to talk about, make sure they come up, and then figure out a way, not just leave it blown up, but figure out a way to put the pieces back together.
Exactly, man. Like you said, not just leave it blown up, but actually fix it. You know what I mean? If it burns it down, take the ashes, build something else, and start back over. So, yeah, they've been missing that. I'm glad it's here. We'll see, like Will said, what it means going into the next game, because they're going to need every single thing they got going into this next game against the Phoenix Suns. We're going to take another break here. When we come back, Joey's going to read some comments and some super chats. He's going to run it down. But wait, are you saying it's ready? Yes, he is.
But
Look
first,
at Joseph. Look at young Joseph. I was actually going to throw to that, Joe, but you stepped on my segue and things. But it's all right.
Well, I
don't
wanted
mind
to
it.
almost do the interrupting royal trumpet.
I don't mind it.
He's doing exactly what you wanted Zach LaVine to do from DeMar DeRozan.
Give me the ball.
He's give me the ball.
Give me the ball. That's right. But actually, I didn't even shoot right there. But it's cool. You know what I mean? He got the ball in his hands because he turned it over earlier. So he got the ball back and he wanted to score. I will accept that. And Zach LaVine, I will accept that. 41 points, 14 of 20 shooting.
And I put the 1 rebound, 0 assists because remember what Patrick Beverley told him. He said, you're here to put the ball in the basket.
That's it.
Enough of the other crap.
That's
all
it.
right? No assists and 1 rebound. You put the ball in the hoop and we'll do the rest.
Man, 6 threes too. Also 6 of 9 from the 3-point line. That's about, honestly, I know Billy said 15. That's about where I want him as 9 or 10. That's about where I want Zach LaVine as far as unless he's got it going. Then, shoot 40. I don't care. All of that.
More.
But yes, give us all of this. That is the DraftKings king of the game. And DraftKings, y'all, they got the NBA no sweat same game parlays. They got that. And you can get down with it by downloading that app right now and using that code CHGO to sign up. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets. Win instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. And use that promo code, once again, CHGO, minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. They apply. Will, you got some things you need to tell the people?
I got some things to get off my chest.
He got
Yesterday, Joey did his first ad read. He did a great job.
He did. Excellent job.
Got a couple compliments, by the way, at the watch party.
Congratulations.
Nice. Congrats.
Congratulations.
But he also threw some shade at me in a big way, and I thought it was a little bit unnecessary, saying that I don't ever rep any Chicago sports with my apparel.
He did do this.
So I'm wearing something today.
It was, and I'm sorry. That was
CHGO
rude.
Locker. What?
It was, and that was rude, and I'm sorry.
Oh.
Just for the record.
That's all right, but I wanted to use it to lead
Literally
into my
has
ad
never
read.
said that to us.
But so I'm repping my thing today, but if you don't have anything from the CHGO Locker,
How dare you?
and you should get something from the CHGO Locker.
Yes.
You've already got your best coverage in town. You may as well get fitted out in the best sports gear around.
Might as well.
And if you're interested, FOCO has got you covered from Soldier Field to the living room, north side, south side, with hoodies, slippers, signs, bobbleheads, and everything in between. Get decked out like DeMar with apparel from the leader in sports merch and collectibles. That's FOCO. If you're looking for the perfect gift for the football fan in your life, for the basketball fan in your life, for the baseball fan, we got spring training on deck.
On the way.
You know where to
deck,
go.
I heard him.
That's FOCO.
Faux show.
Show. Check out foco.com or click the link in the description below for all non-presale items. Use promo code CHGO for 10% off. Promo code CHGO at foco.com.
Joey, are you ready for your ad read?
I was born ready.
I don't think you were, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's I don't know what the right analogy is, but you guys had me on the bench for so long. Now I'm up and I'm cooking. It's like you can't. I'm gonna be doing every ad read from now on. All right, this whole show has basically been one big ad read for becoming a CHGO diehard, but I mean, it really was on full display tonight. The power of the community, just how fun it was. Unlimited power. It was unbelievable to see everybody. It was, for somebody like me who's never been involved in sports media before this, didn't think I was going to ever be here, just to have guys coming up and telling us they support the show and they love the work we do is just genuinely, it was really cool.
Your first bucket.
You're getting there? It meant more to me personally, and I think I speak for these guys too, than we could actually ever explain. Shout out to all these guys. Lonzel, he told me he thought I was going to be as big as you, Big Dave.
Shout out Lonzel.
Manuel and Pete. I saw him in their YouTube profile picture now. Bruce Leroy, he's the security guard at the United Center.
Oh, yes.
He's our boy.
Shout out, man.
Marcos, who's been in the comments.
Yes.
Love Dave and Beat Daddy Fish. I watched literally the entire fourth quarter with them. Just two really cool, good dudes. Alexis, who rode my Zach LaVine first bucket bet.
He's accepting an award?
Monster Atomic, Mutant Lakefish. That's a mouthful.
When's the
Salim,
play him off.
Salim, one of our boys. Tim
Shout out
Sinclair. Tim Sinclair. I mean, we were drinking beers watching the Bulls game with Tim Sinclair. That was awesome. And all you guys, we want to see you there the next time. The ones that weren't there, you guys are the ones who make the shows. You're why we do it. CHGO podcasts every day, post-game shows, premium written content at allchgo.com from our guy, Will Gottlieb. You get dope merch for all teams, a free shirt when you become the member, and you get access to that members-only Discord, the CHGO Lounge. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to allchgo.com, and you can join what is truly, hands down, no doubt, the greatest community in Chicago sports. Bang!
In your face!
In your face! Bow!
Well done, Joey. Very good, sir. I like that. Yes, I love it so much. Before I get into the super chats and some of these comments, Joey, I think we got to give something away here, sir. We have to give away that belt, sir. Somebody has to get and receive the Goon
I'm glad I
of the
called
night.
that guy. Allow me the pleasure of introducing
Thank
you
you.
to
It's for everyone.
Laser.
Yes, the Goonage of the night. I love giving it away because it means the Bulls won. That's why I like handing this out. So I would like to hand this out more and more and more and more. But we'll deal with tonight. Bulls win over the Pistons. Goon of the night. Will Go Gottlieb, we'll start with you first, sir. Who was your Goon of the night?
I will go with the one correct answer.
Okay.
And that for the second time, for me, I think, in the Patrick Beverley era, is Patrick Beverley.
Going with Pat Bev.
I mean, you can't have 4 steals, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, and one gigantic call out of Nikola Vucevic and not be the Goon of the night for me.
That's fair. It's very fair. Joey Spathis, who was your Goon of the night?
My Goon of the night. Shout out to Laura Lou. Zach LaVine, love what I saw. He was dialed in, 41 points on 20 shots. He's been hyper efficient since they came back from the break, and I really just liked the Pistons doubled DeMar on that last possession, second to last possession, really doubled him hard, took the ball out of his hands. Zach catches it, shot clock's running down, decisive, I love that he goes to the basket hard.
Attacker,
uses his athleticism. He's just got quick first step on gold, they can't stay in front of him. I love that. Great, good for Zach too.
Yeah,
he
quiet
did not
the doubters.
Have king of the game, but he had Goon of the night on
he
deck.
had ready to go. He's like, here it is, man. He knows what's important. Joey knows what the people want. Joey about that.
That is
life.
guy and an explanation.
Yes.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Pow, pow. Well, Goon of the night goes to. No drum roll. Thank you, Joey. It goes to Patrick Beverley.
Yeah.
I can't not give it to Patrick Beverley. Lord knows I wanted to give it to Zach LaVine so bad for having no assists. He had 0 assists, man. Oh, my God. That is amazing to me. And 1 rebound. Like, just 0 assists and 1 rebound. That is the best.
I think he got his rebound in, like, the last possession of the game. Like, he really did not have any rebounds.
It is amazing. But Patrick Beverley, the 10 rebounds, and like you said, the 4 steals and the block and the absolute goonage on the floor of, like you said, talking to Vooch and checking him.
The Tom Goonery.
The Tom Goonery. Yes, it was a full display for one Patrick Beverley, and he did his thing, man, and I enjoyed watching it, and I hope I get to see more of that. But great game by him, man, from the start to the finish. He was hard on him, man, hard on him. And even the threes he took just looked like Goon shots because you're like, these ain't going in. But you take those shots because they're available to you. Goon of the night, Patrick Beverley. 2 of these already. That's impressive. Too early, man. That's something. All right,
he's unified the titles.
Yeah. Well done, Joey. Yes. All right, young Joey. Please, sir. Super chats or comments that you saw that you would just like to put up and see. We'll start with the super chats, please.
Spat the super chat segment.
Yes.
We'll call it. Sean Johnson. Bev getting on Vucci poo was my favorite highlight.
First of all, I've never heard Vucci poo before. I like it. That is hilarious, but it was a highlight. It really was. That was a highlight. I can't wait to watch it again because I'm sure somebody posted the video on Twitter.
I got you.
Thanks.
I got you.
Well, to go, got leap.
Will was on that literally as we stepped in the door.
I couldn't wait
he
to
looked
get
at
back
me,
to
he
the
said,
office so I could get to my computer and chop that up.
He said, do you know what time that was in the game? I don't know.
I got to go find that.
Just random.
Found it in a second.
Just random.
AK says, what is up with P. Will's end your life failed dunk
Oh,
attempt?
my God.
Is he jumping too soon or does Paul have chicken parm grease on his mitts? I swear, I was watching this one and it almost like slowed
AK's
down for a
comments.
second where, you know, he got the guy so far up in the air, he had the clear shot to the basket, and then you realize like, he's going up hard for this one. And then like as I see who it is, I'm like, oh, it's Pat. He's not. Like he's gonna find a way to botch this.
To Lowry
and it's
Markkanen
just
in
like
this?
that's a shitty feeling to have.
True.
But I felt
Not
that.
anymore.
I felt that. Like I
anymore.
wasn't surprised that he clanged that one pretty badly off the backboard.
I think what happens is he just jumps from way too far out. Like there have been a couple times where he's like almost not even gotten to the rim from like the baseline, and I think he just he just thinks he can jump further than he can. But he really, I mean, he missed like 3 dunks today.
He did.
And then he had a late shot in the fourth quarter where he was driving baseline from the right baseline and he had a chance to dunk it and he didn't. And he went for like some weird layup that he just kind of threw off the side of the backboard.
Yeah.
And it was like clearly a thought process thing. Like, oh, I've missed a couple of dunks already. I don't want to do that again.
Dude, I think it's one thing and one thing only. He doesn't believe. He does not believe it yet. I'm telling you, he don't believe it. Watch how he goes up. He's timing it. You can see him timing it as he's going up. When you're doing that, you don't believe it because it's just supposed to be a reaction. You know what I mean? Like boom, oh no, this is happening. No, you can see him getting riled up.
And
you know
I think
what I'm
it's
saying? Getting ready,
because his
and he's not
footwork
ready.
isn't that good. And that's why he jumps too far out because like he can't time his footwork out.
Yeah, he don't
And
believe. He does not believe, but he'll get there. I think he'll get there. Again, I like the fact he's trying. It's like shooting threes on this team. Just do it. You know what I mean? I don't care what happens, but I
was
like
saying
the
this
fact
to
he's
you
doing
yesterday.
it.
We need more non-Drummond dunks.
He did say this.
Dunks are cool.
Dunks are cool, ladies and gentlemen. You know how hype we
more
would have been
dunks.
if those went in, but
Since Javante went down,
yes,
who is the last Bull to dunk that's not Drummond?
it's wild that I'm not saying Zach LaVine's name. It's wild that I don't
remember
say his name.
like one dunk from Zach over the past couple games. And
Kobe
one
White
from
had a
Vooch.
dunk. I remember he had a dunk on a breakaway.
It's like rare, man.
Yeah.
They need some dunks.
Need some dunks, man.
Dunks are sick.
Get some dunks. Joey, any more to go? Any more chats?
Dunks
that
are
super?
sick.
Dunks are
Duke, he
sick.
says if the season started today, the Bulls would be 1-0. Food for thought. These are facts.
Shout out to you, sir. I appreciate that stuff right there. That was very, very nice.
And then the
he's right.
final super chat is from our guy, Manuel Rios. We got to meet him tonight. It was awesome. It was a long time coming. He said, great experience, wholesome crowd. My man, Sean, telling us great stories, a great night with great people. After this, I'm honored to be a CHGO fan. Well said.
Well, honored to have you, Manuel. You and Pete, sir.
Thank you for being a part of it.
Honestly, thank you all for being a part of it, man. It was really an amazing night, and I couldn't have asked for anything better. It was really great. So thank y'all for being there. Laura, you should have been there. I know it sounds amazing. You should have been in there. Have yourself there next time. Don't miss out, y'all, on the next one. Please come through. Be there. Say hi to us. You know what I mean? Talk to us. We're there for you guys. You know what I mean? So
it's cool though. Like
show up and
we're
say what's
about
up.
a year in now.
Yeah.
You know, on Saturday, and it's like we've had a couple events. We've had the watch party really early on. We've had the takeover. We've had this, and like there's a lot more coming now.
Yeah.
You know, we're figuring out that aspect of it, and so you know, if you didn't make it tonight, we look forward to seeing you the next one. We've got a ton coming.
Lois says, I'm sorry, I don't drive and I live in another country. Well, I'll accept that excuse this time.
Have you heard of Uber?
I'll have it this
and
time.
planes?
Uber and planes.
Come on.
Do it.
Laura Lou?
We went to Paris. You can do it. We can do it too.
That's why we have the live shows. You can hang out with us here.
Yeah, just come hang out, you know, put you guys in a comment. I like Matthew Gregory saying, just feels good to win one.
I think he's quoting the great Cody Delmendo, who's quoting the great Kevin Malone.
This is all fact. This is all true. And it's still true. It just feels great to get a win for them, man. Like, you wanted them to get this victory. Because next game, Will, going up against a team.
One more super chat real quick.
That Bulls, is going down. One more chat before we get to this?
3-1 since acquiring Beverley. Clippers 0-3 since Westbrook.
They did score 175 points, but they lost. It's true. All right, I'll take it. But Phoenix, man, they're coming up. Obviously, they're good from what I've heard.
I've heard they're good too. And they won today 105-91 against the lowly Charlotte Hornets.
Yes.
Kevin Durant played his first game since
he did.
Hurting his knee, and he had 23 points on 10 of 15 shooting.
23.
Pretty good.
That's scary. That's really scary and terrifying. I'm looking forward to see it because I need these kind of things for the Bulls. You know, I like when they go through these kind of teams because you got to play who's in front of you. But it's a good test for them, especially having Patrick Beverley now. Now you get to see how he prepares for stuff like this and what he can do as far as, you know, getting that team ready and the momentum they can try to carry from this victory into that next game. Because, again, it's on the road, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
The Suns are back at home.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's at home. Okay. Yeah. So Will won't be here. He'll be on the screen with the quaffness. But it's still a tough task because, again, Kevin Durant coming back, a new and energized and refueled Kevin Durant coming back here to the UC to play the Bulls, who he does pretty well against because guess what? He's really, really good. So it's going to be fun. And it's going to be interesting. I just hope it's not the kind of fun where they set career nights on us kind of fun. I just want this game to be close and the Bulls, you know, just to have that effort that I have been seeing since Patrick Beverley got here. It's been effort in every single one of these games. It's why they won this one. It's why they won that Washington one because they didn't let it, you know, that comeback get out of hand or anything. They maintained. So I want to see more of that, you know, going against Phoenix. I know Phoenix is better, you know, and they will definitely execute you to death because they are like that. Devin Booker is a bucket. That's what it goes, man.
And
but
they will out-talent
the effort is one I see.
They will out-talent you.
I didn't even mention
what you need
eight.
to do is play perfect basketball.
That's it.
And the Bulls have been really good defensively. They have been not good enough offensively. They just need to have a perfect basketball game if they're going to win.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it, guys. Have that perfect game. So we'll see. It'll be fun to watch. This guy will be at the UC because he be flexing like that, knowing security people and stuff and all those kind of things. Joey will be here
flexing
with us.
Behind the camera.
Flexing behind the camera, showing the guns and everything like that, man. But once again, thank y'all for coming out tonight. Thank y'all for being here for that, man. It was just absolutely fun. It was absolutely amazing. The people were great, and people had their dogs out. Did you see the woman with the huge dog? Looked like a horse.
That dog was so cute.
It was a horse. That was a horse.
Also, shout out to Mello, the bulldog, who was about yay big, wearing a Bulls jersey.
A number one
yes or
Bulls
no?
jersey.
Yes or no? Both of you. Yes or no?
Okay.
Should P. Will start Friday?
Yes. Dude, Kevin Durant, dog. I got to put sides against Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I'm going yes.
I have to. I don't.
There you have it, AK.
You have to. I mean, it's
not beholden to any lineup, so we'll see.
It's why I love Billy.
I think they should start Patrick Williams alongside Patrick Beverley and Alex Caruso and Zach, DeMar, and Vooch, and just go 6-on-5. They don't space the floor anyway. You may as well get an extra defender out there.
This is the content you guys come to love from Will the Go Gottlieb. This is what you get in from the diehards, ladies and gentlemen. Is that kind of thing right there. Man, but thank y'all for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. That's my man, DJ Joey Spathis, back there on the ones and the twos. This handsome gentleman here is Will the Go Gottlieb. Make sure you follow him at Will_Gottlieb and read all of his stuff because it is really, really good. I am Big Dave. Follow me at BAWL Sports, BAWL Sports. Matt Peck, hope to see you here very soon, sir.
Feel better.
Feel better. We miss you, bro. But you missed one tonight, my friend. Oh, that was fun tonight. That was a lot of fun. Thank y'all for making it what it was, y'all. We out. Peace and love. All those good things. Peace.